everybody, it's Emily at Arg Schooling, and we're gonna pick my February TBR. I grabbed my jar and I'm gonna give it a good shake, and I'm gonna see what I'm gonna read this month. So on these cards I have written a bunch of prompts tailored to my bookshelves, and this is the goal, to read my shelves this year, so I'm excited to see what I end up reading. Let's go ahead and pick. So I don't know, I'm nervous. I don't know what's gonna come out of here. I'm gonna give myself 2 cards so that I being the mood reader that I am, have the option to like pick a different card, but I only can pick from the 2 that I've drawn. So let's see what I have. Ooh, okay, interesting. The first one I pulled is books about books. I have quite a lot of these on my shelves. That is a thing that I tend to enjoy. Just for the sake of like giving myself an option, I'm gonna see what the other card is. Ooh, okay. Decision. The second card is vampires. I don't know what to do. I feel like this books about books is gonna guarantee me a good reading month, whereas vampires is a mixed bag. Like, I struggle with vampire media in general being things that I like. And also, ooh, I don't know, the books I have on here, I don't know. There's only one on here that I'm like, I definitely could read that this month. I think I'm gonna put vampires back, because I don't know that I could do that this month because I'm on such a good roll. I feel like I'm doing great with reading my shelves, but also just reading in general, things that I've enjoyed. I'm not sure I want to risk messing that up this month. So I'm going to be reading books about books, I guess. I'm going to look around my bookshelves and pick out some things, and I'll be back and we can talk. It's editing, Emily. Well, technically not editing yet. Just getting ready to edit and realizing I forgot something. And that is the ARG Booked Book Club selection for February is going to be Take My Hand. This is by Dolen Perkins Valdez. We're going to be reading this in February. It's a story about a young African-American woman who is a nurse, I believe, in the 1970s, and she's sent to this small town, and she discovers through her patients that they are sterilizing young African-American women. And that's basically all I know about this. It's set in the 70s, it's in the South, and it's a black woman nurse, and it has to do with reproductive rights. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. It's been like one of those books that I like have been dying to pick up for months. So I'm really excited to read it with all of you. We're going to be reading this all February long. So if you want to participate, get a copy of the book, read it, and then come join me at the live show, which will be the first Saturday of the following month. So the first Saturday in March. We'll be discussing this together. Also, I have a Discord channel where we talk about the book all month long as we're reading. So if you're interested in joining that, let me know, and let me know down below in the comments, and I will send you the link. So now, carry on. I have shopped my shelves. I am back. I have a lot of things. So before I get started, this is going to be a wacky reading month, because I have a lot going on. I don't know what I'm actually going to get to because I have so many things I need to read. I'm trying to do a bunch of reviews for History Book by Book, so I have a lot of things to read for that. I had this whole idea for a fun reading vlog I wanted to do, so I have a secret TBR set up for that. And I have these books, plus I have a couple more things I still need to read for the Level 9 update. I don't know how likely it is that I'm going to get to all of the things that I want and need to read, but we're gonna make big, ambitious goals, because that is what I do. So, okay, books about books. let's talk about that. So in my pile, I have The Saturday Night Ghost Club. This is by Craig Davidson. This is a book that was recommended to me by a couple different people, and I've heard good things about it. I don't really know too much more besides it's like 1980s horror-ish. It's like, I guess, compared to like Stranger Things and that sort of thing. That vibe of a group of kids going through something kind of upsetting or scary. I don't really know. It's relatively short. I feel like I could do it. So, gonna try to read The Saturday Night Ghost Club. I also have the book Woman of Troublesome Creek. This is by Kim Michelle Richardson. I don't really know much about this besides it's historical fiction, and it is a book that I've heard tons of things about. Like, I've heard lots of people rave about this being amazing. I know there's a sequel. I still don't really know what it is. I picked it up at a library sale, I think, because I'd heard so much about it. I know it's like set in Kentucky in like the 1930s. I don't really know too much more than that. This is the one I'm gonna like prioritize, and that is The Reader by Tracy Chee. I've had this on my shelves forever. I read We Are Not Free by Tracy Chee a couple of years ago. It was one of my favorite books of the year. I loved it so much. I've been wanting to read something else by Tracy Chee, so I immediately bought this and have not touched it. So I would really like to. I know this is fantasy. It has to do with, I think, if I'm remembering, I don't even know. I'm probably making stuff up at this point, but I want to say it has to do with a society where like only certain people have the ability to read, and they are like powerful, I guess. I don't know. Something to that effect. I don't really know. I just know it's fantasy, has to do with reading and books, and I really want to get to it. Then I have The Book Eaters. This is by Sun Yi Dean. I bought this last year strictly because it sounded so weird. This is basically a story about people who eat books for knowledge, and it takes a cannibalistic turn, I think. It's sort of a vampire-y kind of a thing, so hey, technically this would work for that challenge too. But I don't really know too much more than that, besides that, surprisingly, my mother-in-law has read this, and if you know my mother-in-law, you would be surprised, as I was, that she had even picked this up, because it is like a really dark, like weird story, bordering on horror. So I knowing that she's read it, I'm like, I have to read this now because I need to know what this is. But I don't know. It sounds very bizarre, very weird, very up my alley. I hope that it's good. And then I don't think I'm going to get to all of these, but they're all going to be in my pile so that if the mood strikes and I have time, I have options. I'm kind of mad at myself that I still have not read this. I have Maud by Melanie J. Fishbane. I've had this on my TBR forever, like years and years, and it's beautiful, and I talk about it a lot. I think I've shown this book in so many videos, and it pains me that I haven't read it yet. So maybe I should prioritize this. This is a story about L.M. Montgomery. It's inspired by her life. I have a feeling it's going to be very Anne-ish, and there's probably going to be a lot of tie-ins to, like, comparisons to Anne Shirley and Ella Montgomery. I don't know. I just know that it's gorgeous, and Anne Shirley is one of my, like, literary heroines, and I want to read this book, and I'm kind of mad at myself for not having read it yet. So, really need to make this happen. And then the last book I have in my Books About Books TBR is The Christie Affair. This is by Nina de Gramont. I bought this last year, and so it's not been on my shelves as long as some of the other books I'm talking about today, but I felt like it was going to be like a book of the year, so I wanted to have it just in case, like, I wanted to read it. This is a story about Agatha Christie and an experience in her life. I don't know if it's like an experience that inspired some of her books. I don't really know. I just know it's historical and it's about an author. so it counts for this. So those are the books that I'm hoping to get to for that. Then I'm also in the middle of reading A Wrinkle in Time with my 13-year-old. This is our current read aloud. We're only a few chapters in, so we're going to be reading this for at least another couple of weeks. I have no idea what we're going to read next because I've been letting her choose from our stack. There are things that I'm hoping we get to, like I really want to read The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness with her. I might push for that next because I feel like that's a story that I just really want to revisit. We also have Scythe by Neal Shusterman in the pile, so either one of those would be great. But right now we're reading A Wrinkle in Time. This is probably like my 500th time reading this book. I don't know. I feel like I've read it a lot. This was one of my favorites growing up. I've read it with all of my other children, so like one more time. And then I'm just going to show this one book. I have like a TBR I'm planning out for a video I wanted to do. And this is also a book that Sarah wanted me to read. It's XOXO. This is by Axio. It's a story about, I think, a girl who likes K-pop and K-dramas. I think she's Korean American, and she gets to go to South Korea and like experience everything there and fall in love and all of that stuff. So I kind of feel like it's going to be similar to Tokyo Dreaming, which I really liked. That one was set in Japan. This one's South Korea. I wanted to read this because Sarah's going to be going to South Korea for who knows how long, and I want to kind of like read about that place and that kind of stuff. So, and I'm building like a whole TBR. I'm going to let you guys think on it as to what I'm building a TBR for that has to do with this book. I've given you 2 potential things to think on there. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you think that video is going to be. But yeah, this is a book that I'm definitely going to be reading in February. I just don't know, like, in the scope of things, how many of these books, I'm going to get to. There's a lot. Like I said, I have other things too that I'm trying to read. So I feel like it's going to be a crazy busy month. I'm excited to see like how much I read and what I think of all of the books that I'm reading. I don't know. I have lofty goals for this reading year, and I just feel like it's going well so far. I hope that continues. So let me know down below in the comments what you have on your TBR in February. If there's anything you think I should prioritize in this stack, let me know and I will try to make that happen. I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. I haven't even shown you half of the books I have that I'm trying to get through in February. I'm already overwhelmed. So let me go get busy with reading. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye.